guys, welcome to another Kamikaze creation video. Guys, loving this car, but it's starting to stress me out a little bit. Some of the things I'm finding as I go on. Keep up to date with where I'm going and comment down below. If you make some comments, I'm really keen to learn. I definitely don't know everything about these cars. I don't know much at all about these cars or these engines, even the 1G in it. I've heard they're a really good motor, but this one has been sitting and, you know, it's pretty bad. So down below in YouTube, make some comments. It helps me out heaps. Like the video, helps me out heaps. And subscribe to the channel. Down there, you know, there's that little button where you can subscribe and keep up to date with what I'm doing. And I'd like you to keep up to date so you can see what I'm doing and maybe give me some direction if you know a bit about these cars. That would be really good. Anyway, we're going to do a bit of work. So I'm taking a few things off so I can get a bit more access down into those turbos and get in and clean a bit of the stuff up. We also want to take off the thermostat housing and the water intakes and just check all that out because she's pretty filthy inside the water jackets. So I'm just digging down into the motor, taking a few things off, sealing a few things up on the way down. I've been told these are the J pipes running down to the turbos, and I've had suggestions to replace them, and I'll look at that. Got to find an alternative, obviously. Don't know what's out there. If anyone has used something different on these 1G motors, 1G GTE motors, I'd appreciate it. But I'll keep getting into it. So that's pretty successful so far. Gives me a chance to clean those pipes up and make them look nicer, even if I do continue to use them. But the main thing I want to get into is this thermostat housing, because of all the gump basically in there. And when I get it back on the wheels, I want to be able to roll it out and give that block a bit of a flush out. There's that beautiful goop on top of the thermostat. Be interesting to know how much of that's through the engine. I'm down into my turbos here. This one's a little bit more, this J-pipe, if that's what it is a little bit more difficult to get out because I've got to get down in behind it there. Obviously because this motor's sitting in a Celica, she's crammed in pretty tight. So over down in there somewhere are those bolts to get that undone. Anyway, making a bit of progress. Take this second pipe off and I've got a bit of cleaning up to do on top of the engine and clean the pipes up. So there's still a bit of goop down in there. I think a lot of it was in the radiator, but that thermostat stopped it running back through or clagging it on the top. But she's pretty ugly down in there. I think it's just the coolant that's gone off. The big concern with that goop in the radiator is all of these coolant pipes running off there, which run to the turbo. So the turbos, again, being a novice, the turbos are obviously water cooled. Those water lines are running up to both turbos, and I'm reckoning that they are pretty blocked. So as much as I'm not confident pulling these things apart, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people out there able to help me put it back together. So I think I'm going to delve down a fair bit into that exhaust and turbo area and have a look and clean it right up, because I think they were destined to fail. So again, heaps of corrosion there and on these inlet pipes. I'm not sure how they are inside, but it doesn't give me a great deal of confidence, that's for sure. This is that thermostat, and that's the amount of stuff sitting on top of it. Very ugly. Inside the thermostat housing. She looks pretty terminal, doesn't it? So here are all those intake pieces I've taken off. And they don't look too bad. They could do with a polish up. The only thing with that is, I really don't like that big manifold. I don't know what your thoughts are out there. I've seen some different ones on these engines. She looks pretty complex, all of the stuff on there, and I really don't know what's going on with a lot of that. But yeah, got a fair bit of work to do down here, I think. So guys, as I said, getting into it is scaring me more. I'm going to go further down into those turbos and that whole intake setup. It looks pretty complex. I don't know whether it is. In the end, if I have to buy a new motor for it, that doesn't worry me either. I'll have heaps of spares in this one and I can learn and play. You know, buying a swap out motor where everything's there and it's been running won't be an issue. I originally paid about $3K for this car running, and the body's easy worth $3K. Like, I'm pretty happy with that. So I don't mind going into it. If I have to pull a motor out of it, that's going to be well and good as well, because as I said in earlier videos, about 3 or 4 weeks time, maybe 5 or 6, she's going up to have some body work done and painted. And if I get to that stage before it goes away that I'm not confident with this motor, or it needs a bit more than I was thinking, I think I'll get in and pull the whole engine out. Anyway, keep up with what I'm doing. Make sure you subscribe down here somewhere over there, and make comments in the videos, please. That really helps me, helps with my channel, and I'm keen to hear from you. You guys out there are the ones that know about these cars. I don't. I'm just building and learning and playing and sharing on the way. So if other people want to do this in the future, they've got a bit of a library of information. Anyway, guys, great to catch up. Thanks for watching.